Hey guys, I'm Brogan, and today in this video we are jumping into ECW House Party Mixtape, an N64 wrestling mod that's been crafted by one of the best modders out there in my opinion, GM Spectre. Now GM Spectre has put together a wide range of different wrestling mods and really puts in a whole lot of time and skill into bringing these from concept all the way up to playable reality. Now, I want to make it perfectly clear, this is 100% free for download. You can download this directly to your PC, emulate it on that PC, or you could even flash it to an EverDrive 64 cart and play it on original hardware. Now keep in mind, this is not officially released in any way from Nintendo. This is not an official game for the N64. This is a modded game, and this is modded off of WWF WrestleMania 2000, which is one of my favorite wrestling games for that generation. So we're going to dive into this today. We're going to tour through everything this has to offer, including roster, pay-per-views, as well as match types. Let's get started. Alright guys, let's dive straight into this game. Alright guys, we got exhibition mode over here. We've got extreme road tour. We've got tournament. We've got pay-per-view. You can go in here and you can edit. We also have battle royal over here as well. So this is very much aligned with obviously WrestleMania 2000 for the original N64. But we're going to jump straight into exhibition first. Now up here at the top we have single match, we have tag match, we have three-way dance, which is going to be a triple threat match, and we have cage match over here. So these are our different match types. We're going to keep it simple to start things off. Let's just go into single. So we have ECW wrestling over here. We have ECW on TNN. We have ECW House Party. We've got Hostile City Showdown. We've got Heat Wave. In the center here we have Hardcore Heaven. And we also have, of course, November to Remember. So let's go into, I like ECW TNN right here. Let's take a look at that. You can do one player versus two player. You could do one player versus CPU, or you could just watch the game if you want to just let two computers battle each other out. So if you had this in like an arcade cabinet or something like that, maybe it could be cool to just go ahead and let it do its thing there if you just want it, you know, kind of playing in the background. But we're going to do one player versus CPU. We're going to go for a new belt, and for our first page here, we started all off with Tommy Dreamer right here. And we do have different options as well as to what he's going to be wearing. We have different t-shirt options here. We have an old school one with him in the tights, so I can back up the camera here, just like the original WrestleMania 2000 game, or just like pretty much all the N64 wrestling games. So let's go down here. Next one is Sandman. And let's back him up a little bit. Let's switch the outfits, so different t-shirt, different pants. This is how I remember Sandman in the beginning too, with the American flag pants there. We've got the camo pants, and then we've got the white camo with white shirt. So next one is Rob Van Dam. This looks like old school Rob right there. We've got this one as well. He always had the coolest outfits, all airbrushed. Very nice. Okay. Next wrestler down is Taz. This one looks pretty precise. Actually, it looks a little bit like Taz meets Scott Norton. Let's go ahead to the next one. So a couple different trunk options there. Next one down is going to be Sabu, and he's doing his typical finger point up. You can see the scars on his body there. They made those pretty profound. But yeah, very cool options here. Definitely looks like old school Sabu. Clearly Shane Douglas right there. So okay, we've got the black trunks there. We've got the yellow, which is what he was mostly, that's what I remember him most for. Looks good. What's he got on? Is he busted open there? I guess that's just shading around the edges of his hair. I thought he had a gash on there. Alright, next one down is, of course, Raven. Now, Raven is a classic for ECW and WCW. We've got a couple different options, and I like that it kept it to the ECW version of Raven. There were some, obviously, games for WCW where Raven was included. I think actually all of the mainstream... yeah, all the N64 games should have Raven on there. And this is definitely true to his ECW appearance. Now, if we go over here to Wrestler 2, we've got, let's go up from the top, we've got Too Cold Scorpio. That's pretty cool to see him in here for ECW, because he wasn't there terribly long. But let's switch it up. So a couple different options there for how he was. See, this is how I remember him. This is from the days tagging with Bagwell. But he did also have those in ECW as well. We have Mikey Shipwreck here. We have Chris Candido here. We have Steve Carino over here. Wow, we have Rhino here. So old school Rhino. Let's see what Rhino's got for different outfits. Definitely looks sharp. Definitely got the antics down. We've got Lance Storm over here. Definitely looks like Lance. And we've got Justin Credible over here that looks just like Justin. All the different versions of Justin Credible. It's impressive. Oh, forgot Jerry Lynn at the bottom. Jerry Lynn is one of my favorites from ECW. Him and Justin Credible had some great matches. Him and RVD had great matches. Let's see what he's got here. So he wasn't known for having super flashy outfits, but these look to be true to Jerry Lynn. Looks good. All right, so Wrestler page 2. Up here we've got Flyboy, Rocco Rock, Public Enemy, Johnny Grunge. We've got New Jack over here. Let's see how New Jack looks. He's got a couple different options as well. See, I remember this. I don't remember. Sometimes they throw together these regular ones. I always remember him in black. Mustafa. And Perry Saturn's in here too. Let's check out Perry. Always loved Perry Saturn. And he went through a lot of different changes as well there with ECW, WWF in the early days, and then of course, knowing him in WCW, which is where I was first introduced to him. Got some additional options here. Pitbull 1 and 2. Let's go over to Wrestler page 4. And we'll go up to the top. So we've got Stevie Richards here. And Stevie's been everywhere too. Love Stevie. Great YouTube channel. Definitely worth checking out. So obviously he was here with Big Blue Meanie, BWO, and ECW. But he was also Right to Censor, WWF in the early or late 90s, early 2000s. Had a little bit of time in WCW as well. Blue Meanie. Looks just like him there. Wow. Details are incredible on here for being, a throwback title. We got Supernova. We've got Bubba Ray Dudley there with the tie-dye. Love it. Definitely true to ECW Bubba Ray. It's one of my favorites right there. Devon, of course, to match. Got the tie-dye, got the purple, got the dark purple. And we got Spike Dudley. Same deal. So you could pick and choose how you want to form the Dudley Boys here with Spike, Devon, and Bubba, and all the matching outfits there. Looks like, I think Spike has some additional tie-dye, which was true to Spike Dudley. Moving on to Wrestlers 5 now. We've got Balls Mahoney. We've got Axel Rotten. We got Tony DeVito here. We've got Spanish Angel. We've got Little Guido. JT Smith. Man, so many great wrestlers here. It's crazy. And we even have Cactus Jack on here. That's obviously Mick Foley, one of the best for WCW as Cactus Jack, ECW as Cactus Jack, and then eventually WWF. Let's go through the different options here. So they kept it true to. I love it. Kept it true to ECW, and he wasn't there terribly long. Didn't have a lot of options there in terms of how he was dressing, but looks great. We got Mike Awesome here. Looks just like Mike Awesome, especially in the face there. We got Masato Tanaka. We've got Rey Mysterio Jr. Let's back up for Rey Mysterio Jr. Good outfits. Psychosis. Always loved Psychosis. We got Uvitude here. Super Crazy. Love it. All right. And we've still got more. We've got Wrestler 7. We got Eddie Guerrero over here. We've got Dean Malenko over here. We've got Al Snow over here. Let's go to the next page. So for managers, we have Jazz. Love Jazz. I've gotten to meet a lot of people in wrestling. Jazz is one of the nicest people. We've got Bill Alfonso here. Looks like we don't get to change outfits over here for managers, but we got Bill Alfonso. We got Francine. We got Dawn Marie. We've got Paulie Dangerously. Paul Heyman. McGillicuddy here. Wow. Takes you back. And we've got originals. So you can go in here, you can start creating characters as well. You have original 1 and 2, and then we're back to where we started here with Tommy Dreamer, Sandman, RVD, Taz, Sabu, the franchise, Shane Douglas, and Raven. So we're going to dive into some games here. Let me pick Tommy as the first one. When I think ECW, Tommy's one of the first people that comes to mind. And then, of course, RVD as well. So we're going to go with these. You can go in here. You can do Bloodshed. You got to have Bloodshed, right? We've got all of these different settings, and you can tweak all of these to make it exactly what you want your gameplay experience to be. So let's go ahead and dive into some games here. Guys, we toured through this game from top to bottom. We went through the entire roster, the pay-per-views that are offered here, and even the match types. So there's things that I absolutely love about this game, and there's also some things that I'm not crazy about. So let's talk about it. First and foremost, we have a jam-packed ECW roster, and I love the fact that we can even play as guys that most probably wouldn't even associate with ECW. Guys like Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio Jr., guys like Cactus Jack in some cases. There's people out there that don't even know that these people were part of ECW, but they were. And they were a big part of ECW, just in a limited amount of time that they were with the company. So really cool to be able to play as these guys that we've never experienced inside of an ECW themed game before. We also have classics like obviously Sandman, RVD, Just Incredible, Tommy Dreamer, all of which were in every single ECW game in the late 90s. So it's cool to be able to have a familiar experience with ECW without having to play a straight up ECW game. I think we can all agree that the ECW games released for N64 weren't among any of our favorites, even for wrestling games. It was cool to play as these guys, but the mechanics of the game just didn't feel right. Everybody loves N64's No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, and WCW NW Revenge. And this game right here follows suit in exactly what that experience was. So I love every aspect of that. Now, what I'm not crazy about is the limits we have with match types here. There's just not a lot of match types. You have triple threat, you have singles, you have tag team, and you have cage. That's about it. You can tweak your settings, you can make adjustments from there, but it doesn't really unlock a full range of different match types that are directly associated with ECW. The other thing here is blood was a big part of ECW, and blood is enabled on here. Some match types you have to manually go ahead and turn bloodshed on, but it's not really a bloody experience with this game at all. It takes a whole lot to bust somebody open in this game, and you basically have to play for a really long period of time and continue to do damage to one specific area. That's the only way to get color in this game, and I just think that they should have increased the sensitivity a little bit on blood just so you could get blood much quicker, because blood was a big part of ECW. I know I sound like a psychopath saying this, but there's nobody that wants to play an ECW game and not get color. Just going to go out and say that right now. So I'd love to see more blood integrated into this, more grit, more dirty sort of vibe to it, because that's what ECW was, and that's what ECW fans want to see in a game. But overall, great experience here. But we're basically playing off the nostalgia of being able to play as true ECW alumni in WWF WrestleMania 2000, because that's essentially what the experience is here. But if you guys have tested out this game, let me know what your experience has been in the comments of this video. If you're interested in this, if you like this, hit me up in the comments as well. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like about what you saw here today with this ECW modded game. And special shout out once again to GM Spectre for putting this together. It's an amazing game here that definitely scratches that nostalgia itch for true ECW fans like myself. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.